you, everyone. I really appreciate having a chance to thank all the contributors to this, the workshop instructors, the team that organized it. Without you, this would not have been possible. Literally would not have been possible. I feel like the pandemic has brought out the worst and the best in humanity. We've seen people fighting over toilet rolls and things in shops. We've seen nations fighting over PPE. At the same time, we've seen people coming together in a way that I never would have imagined. We've seen architects, professors of architecture, 3D printing masks coming for the community, and we've seen this extraordinary event. This could not have happened without your participation, also without the students signing up. AI has been a major topic in this area. Never before has there been an event, to my knowledge anyway, where there have been 12 workshops on AI, where there have been, I think, 5 talks or panel discussions about AI, and also a theory workshop about AI. Involving, I would just say, for my theory workshop, involving Sanford Quinter, Antoine Picon, and Marie Casrota, and myself. Actually, we don't teach there anymore, but all of us have taught at Harvard. This was an incredible high-level thing that's never happened before, which was remarkable. And with several hundred students watching, which was also remarkable. But I just want to reflect on the moment which Philip mentioned. In fact, there were 2 events. Back in February, of course, we had discussed this whole event, and we decided to cancel it. We thought it was impossible. Then in April, and we're not talking 3 months, Philip, we're talking 2 months. It's only been 2 months in the making. We had a review, and I was joined by Philip Yuan and Wan Yu He in China, and by Gilles Retz in London. And suddenly we began to realize that actually what we've been talking about the future, about the digital as the future, was indeed the case. The digital was a future, the digital was here. We were suddenly discovering that not only could you hold these online reviews, online talks, but also you could order your groceries online in a way that we could before, but never bothered. We could pay with contactless payment and so on. It was clear that the future was digital and the future was already here. The following week, as Philip mentioned, I attended a review of Matthias Del Campo at the University of Michigan, where there are more than 1,000 people who were taking part. And we began to realize that actually, far from being an impediment, the domain of the digital could open up a whole new realm of exploration. And because we believe in the future, we seized upon that opportunity. And it was actually, I can recall the moment when I thought up the idea. And it was, for those of you in London, you'll know what it's like when you go to a pub one evening and you've had a few beers and you come up with a crazy idea that only happens in the pub. Well, normally, of course, you go home and then you forget about it and nothing happens. This time it stuck. It stuck, and in a way that I never expected, but it stuck largely because of the team, the support team, who also believed in this dream, and it was a dream. A dream maybe tinged with some nightmare on occasion, but it was a dream. I myself, the night before the opening, I couldn't sleep. I thought to myself, what have I done? What have I done? What's happened? But then I began to realize that it was actually working. I mean, let's be clear, some things were not working. It was a bit like those of you who've ever designed buildings, and many of you have designed buildings, it was a bit like that. You can never predict what's going to happen. There's always something there's always something that surprises you. Some of those surprises are very negative, and some of the surprises are very positive. But there's always something that escapes whatever you can envision, whatever you can plan. And indeed, some of these things that we imagined did not happen. We speculated maybe we could have a discussion with Elon Musk. Impossible. We speculated that maybe we could have a discussion with the International Space Station. That didn't happen. But what did happen was really the most astonishing aspect that could happen at all. After 2 days, one of the workshop instructors said to me, I can't believe it. It's working. It's working. And my discussions with Sanford Quinter were really interesting. And Sanford noticed it. Sanford said, he made this comment to me, you started something. You started something. This is the biggest event of the pandemic. Architectural Burning Man. Now, I don't know, I mean, that's actually, I don't know if you know Burning Man, but it's one of these kind of popular moments that arises in the desert, a kind of music festival, an amazing thing in itself. And I myself were thinking more actually about the Venice Biennale, which grew like our thing from humble beginnings, but has reached a certain threshold point whereby everybody wants to be involved. Everybody wants to be involved, and they don't mind flying to Venice and paying for their air flight and paying for their accommodation just to be part of this momentous organization. In some ways, I think we might have reached that threshold in terms of securing a future where everyone wants to be part of it, and it can only happen if everyone wants to be part of it. But there's something else that's extraordinary that happened, and that is maybe we've made some step towards democratizing education itself. We've had several discussions, including one with Nader Terani, Hashim Sarkis, Ila Berman, and Eva Franch, about the future of the education. Clearly, things are changing. And this, I see it as an experiment. This experiment, testing the water, seeing what can happen, has succeeded. We've proved something can happen, but not what we thought we were proving was going to happen. We've proved something else. Now, it's going to take a while before it sinks in. I am absolutely exhausted, as I'm sure all of you are and all the students are. But when the dust has settled, when we think through this, I think we'll discover that something truly extraordinary has happened. And it's not just going online. It's not just getting bigger. It's actually a transformative model that could be applied to the whole of education. So I'm hoping that in some ways we can try and transcend that, the barriers, and open education up genuinely to all the world and to all the students in the world, regardless of how wealthy they are. So I just wanted to thank you, because this could never have happened without you. It could never have happened without the organizing team, and I want to thank them all again, and Philip, but especially those three special people. But it could never have happened without you, and it could never have happened without the students. Philip is always taking really assiduously analyzing the numbers and things. I think we need to assiduously analyze and study the impact that this had on education itself. So all I can say is thank you. And I want to say also that this is not the end. Churchill famously said in the Second World War, this is not the end, it's not even the beginning of the end, but is the end of the beginning. And I feel that this is the case. And I feel that we've established a model, a platform for sharing knowledge, and sharing is the key term there, that maybe we don't even have to wait until next summer to activate again. Maybe this is a platform we need to keep open continuously for the dissemination of knowledge, for the sharing of knowledge for free throughout the world. It genuinely has been a world event, Digital Futures World. So let's see. Thank you. And I hope that we can draw upon your generosity again in the future. To my mind, and I see this in the healthcare situation in the States, where so many people don't have access to healthcare. These things should be a right. People should all be able to access this kind of thing. And I think we've shown that that is possible. So let's hope that we can continue this model. Let's hope we can continue this sharing of knowledge. And let's hope we can to really realize the potential of this. We can see it as a fundamental point, a shift and change, not just Burning Man, but a kind of Black Lives Matter of education to some extent, which is democratizing things and opening things up to the underprivileged people across the world. So thank you. Sheshe.